What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here or this is your first time here, hit the subscribe button. Even if you are not new here, but you've been watching my videos, come on, what are you doing? Hit the subscribe button. In this video, I am going to share the secret, the number one secret that will get you ripped. This is the number one secret. At my age, I am 47 years old. I'm going to share with you exactly 3 steps how to get the body you want, how to get lean, how to get into single digit body fat without any effort whatsoever, to get the body you've always desired. You deserve it. You deserve that body. You deserve to get ripped. You deserve the 6-pack abs. That is you. You need it. You need to get ripped. What are you doing? What are you waiting for? This is your time. I can't even talk like this anymore. This is making me sick to my stomach. Damn, this is sick to my stomach. I am going to share with you 3 steps that you can take to be healthier. And if you want to look at it in a way that, oh man, this is what I'm used to get ripped. And if that's the terminology you want to use, that's fine. That's up to you. I hope that I could still reach out to you. But using this terminology, getting ripped, looking a certain way, the image, that just makes me sick to my stomach. That's not me. That's not for me. It's health. It's longevity. It's quality of life. It's living with purpose, living with intention. That's what I mean. So, step 1, let's get right into it. Stop trying to get a 6-pack. Step number 1 is stop trying to get a 6-pack. Stop trying to get ripped. Stop with this image that, ripped people or somebody who has a 6-pack is a better person than you are. Let me tell you something. You are beautiful just the way you are. You're beautiful just the way you are. This is the beauty about being a human being. God created all of us differently. How boring would it be if everybody around us looked the same? And so, you're beautiful as it is. Man or woman, accept your body, accept your image. That's who you are. Just try to make that a little bit better. And I don't like the idea that, there's this thing going around now that, you can tell a lot about a person on how well in shape they are. They walk into a room and they just command a certain level of presence. They command presence. They command a certain level of respect because you could tell how disciplined that person is because they got a 6-pack. That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And a lot of people are saying, this is the people that we got to look up to. Well, all that tells me is that you're just really good at getting a 6-pack. That's all that tells me. In fact, I'll tell you right now, I know so many people who don't have a 6-pack. I know so many people who are far from a 6-pack, and I'm not saying that just to be mean, or I'm not saying that to put those people down. But one of the best people I know are physically unhealthy, physically out of shape, and I'm not just saying, I'm saying that out of love. And these are the most wonderful, most beautiful people that I know. I don't try to help them. I just try to live my lifestyle the best way I can. And if they ask questions, if they ask me, hey, what is it? What's your secret? Then I'll let them know. If not, I'm not going to judge them. I'm nobody to judge them because they have certain qualities that I don't have. These people will give the shirt off their back to help somebody. These people are one of the best mothers and best role models, and they're the people who know how to take care of people. And sometimes, unfortunately, they just don't know how to take care of themselves. And I think those are the people that I try to help the most, are those people. So just because you don't have a 6-pack or you don't appear to be in great shape and you're not lean, doesn't make you a bad person. And I think that's the dangerous part about looking up to these fitness models and these people who are ripped. It's like they don't have it dialed in. Some of them are on TRT, which by the way, I just got off of TRT and I've been 3 months off of TRT, or almost 3 months. And then some of them are using steroids. Some of them are on the other supplements that we don't know about. And then some of them, that's what their life is, just dedicated to working out. They're just really good at getting a six pack. So with somebody with a busy lifestyle like you and I, that doesn't really work well, right? And that was the image that I was portraying when I first started making these videos. Is I was on tier T and I was making these videos hoping that I was gonna reach out and I was doing good. My intentions were good, but I'm like, you know what? Nobody knows that I'm on tier T. And then I'm expecting them to work out like me, and I'm expecting them to do all this stuff when in fact a lot of people don't have access to that. Let me get off of it, start from square one, and then I'll go off from there, right? So stop chasing it. That's rule number one. Stop chasing that image. You're beautiful just the way you are. That's it. That's step number one. Step number two is nutrition and diet, which is the most easiest one. And I know it's easier for me to say that because I've been living my life like this for quite some time. But just check this out. There's all these diets out there. Some of them come, some of them go, some of them are new, some of them have been around forever. And what I'm about to share with you is not something that is new. This is something that at the end of the video, you will realize that this is information that we've already known, but we don't want what's been around. We want the new secret sauce. We want the new, hey, I got this secret solution. I got the secret diet. I got the secret food. I got the secret this. And everybody wants that new like fat diet. They want the new. They don't want what's been around. That's boring. There's really no excitement to that. Don't get so caught up on what's new. You got the keto diet, you got the carnivore diet, you have vegan, vegetarian, paleo, Mediterranean, and then most recently with the sugar diet, which by the way works too. I've done this sugar diet before. I followed, I think it was Mark Bell who was talking about it, which I love him to death. But these are diets that all work. Why? Because I've tried every single one of them. I tried the keto diet. It worked until it worked until I was craving other things. So listen, and then we demonize food groups. A lot of people think that they're gluten intolerant when they're really not. There was a study done on a group of people who truly believed that they were gluten intolerant, or maybe they were told, or I don't know the details, but they were fed a meal containing what they believed to be gluten. And so what happened? They all broke out. They all had allergic reactions. And at the end of it all, there was no gluten at all in the entire facility, in the entire building. And they still broke out. What does that tell you? Your body will react and your mind will believe what you want it to believe. Your body will respond to what you believe to be true. So I really think that we've demonized all these foods that we're supposed to be eating. Now, do I think that there's probably people out there that are allergic to some foods? Yeah, of course. Yes, they are. But I'll tell you right now, I truly believe that God put everything on this planet, all the foods, he made everything available to us that we're supposed to eat. Everything that's under the sun, everything that's swimming in the ocean is available to us to nourish our physical bodies. I eat oatmeal, I eat bread, I eat meat, I eat vegetables, I eat fruit, I eat beans, I eat everything that's natural. And what do all these food groups and what do all these diets from the keto to vegan, what do they all have in common? They are all single food ingredients. They are all whole foods. You are supposed to be eating all of it. It's all good for you. Every single thing is good for you. Now, when I say things like oatmeal and bread, I don't just buy like the packets of oatmeal that contain a bunch of sugar and a bunch of crap. I will eat and I enjoy and I love the taste of steel cut organic oats. Bread, I don't eat Wonder Bread. I eat like, I go to a bakery that's close to home that bakes delicious organic sourdough bread. That's the bread that I eat. Okay, it's simple. Also, if you are new to making these changes, understand this. Just make the change to eat whole foods. Stop weighing your food, stop measuring your food, stop documenting it for now. I think it's crazy that you have these dietitians and these nutritionists that they put people on these diets and they restrict, number one, they restrict food groups, and then they're telling them to measure and to weigh and to document. And you're taking somebody who has never made any changes in their lifestyle to now go completely extreme. That'll last maybe 1 to 2 weeks at most. That's it. And since your expectations are way too high, you'll never meet them. And then they fall short, and then that's it. And then they go back and they feel bad and they start eating again all the crap, and that's it. It doesn't work. So don't measure. I will say this though, is prioritize. If you're going to measure anything, if you're going to pay attention to anything, pay attention to your protein. I firmly believe that's the one macronutrient that we got to be mindful of and we got to be aware of. For me, I prioritize protein. I'm 47 years old. So protein for me helps me maintain my muscle mass, and it helps with my hair, my skin, my nails, just everything that I need for my body to repair itself. So I pay attention. Do I weigh it? No, but I do make sure that almost every single meal I am putting a lot of protein on there. Okay. So for every pound of body weight, you should get 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. That's what you should be aiming for. For instance, I'm 160 pounds. I make sure at the minimum, I'm getting 160 grams of protein, sometimes 200. Okay. Again, I'm not measuring, I'm guessing. Okay. But I'm just aware of that. Also, stay away from seed oils. Seed oils are bad for you. And that's it. That's all you got to do. Okay. Just do that. Also, intermittent fasting. I'm a big proponent of intermittent fasting, but I use that term loosely. Okay. Because there's some days that I'll go out with my family or friends and we'll have breakfast. So I'm not very strict with it. The only thing that I will suggest is keep a window, an eating window, whether that's broad or narrow, keep an eating window. If you're used to waking up in the morning, going straight to the kitchen and shoving food down your face, let's say it's at 7 o'clock, push it to like 8 o'clock, right? Give it some time, hydrate your body, go for a walk, do something. If you are a bedside eater before going to bed, push it back an hour, okay? Don't eat for a good hour before you go to bed. It's been said that you gotta not eat 3 to 4 hours before bed. That's kind of unrealistic. You don't have to make those drastic changes. Start off with an hour. And then if you can, then start getting that feeding window smaller and smaller and smaller, to the point where you don't feel like you're starving yourself. You don't feel like you're missing out on anything. You're still living your life, okay? So you should not be starting your day off with shoving food down your face, and you should not be ending your day with shoving food down your face, okay? Last but not least, the most important part is make your food taste delicious. Make it taste delicious. Live your life. So I follow the 80% 20 rule. 80% of what I eat is relatively healthy. The 20% I can mess around with. That 20% consists of sauces that I throw on my food, spices. If I'm gonna eat a baked potato, I'm gonna throw some butter on there. I'm not gonna throw a whole stick, but I'm gonna throw some butter on there. Some good quality butter on there. Grass-fed butter on there, I'm gonna throw in. If it's not grass-fed, I don't care, I'm gonna throw it in there. I'm not gonna use margarine, I don't mess with that stuff. I don't stick to organic. If I can, I'll buy organic fruits and vegetables. But if it's not available, then I'm not gonna stress about it. Okay, I'm gonna wash my vegetables. Be practical about it, but make your food taste delicious. I will tell you right now, your body will love you for it. It'll take time to get used to it, especially if you're just used to eating McDonald's and processed crap. It'll take some time to get used to. Your body's gonna be like, oh wow, she's putting really good, healthy stuff in here. Now we gotta use it. Let's start using this stuff. It's good, it's natural ingredients, it's energy. Let's start using this stuff. Let's start moving. Which brings me to my next and final, most important step or part: movement. Movement is king. Diet is queen. And then the image part, that's just, I had to throw that in there, okay? But movement is king. When I say movement, I'm not just talking about working out or exercise. Let's leave that out of the equation, okay? Movement is everything. You should start your day off with movement, and you should end your day with movement. So you know what? Let me give you an example. I'm going to throw exercise and working out right back into the equation. Back before I was stupid and I didn't know any better and I was a dumbass and I would just do anything and I was young, I felt that the harder I worked in my workouts and the more I sweat and the more exhausted I was, the more in shape I was gonna be, the stronger I was gonna be, the more endurance I was gonna have. And I was just completely just stupid. To be honest with you, I was just dumb. That was just so stupid. So for instance, I would I would follow somebody's workouts and I would judge workouts based on how the guy looked or how the girl looked. If she looked ripped or he looked ripped, and I'm like, okay, they know what they're doing. I'm gonna follow that same workout. I don't give a shit if they're 15 years younger than me. I'm gonna do that. And I would stick to that particular workout. Even if I was exhausted, I would go through it. Or if I made up my own workout, let's say if I put 10 rounds together of consisting of different exercises, kettlebells, burpees, sprint, whatever it is. And then let's say halfway through the workout, I was dead or I was completely exhausted. Guess what? I wasn't gonna quit because I would tell myself, okay, not only am I getting physically stronger, I'm building endurance, I'm also building mental strength. Cool, man, let's finish this workout. And then what would happen? After my workout, I was completely dead. I would go off into the couch, sit on the couch all day long, and then I exhausted myself to the point where I couldn't even move my body. I didn't have energy left to spend time with my children, with my wife, to do things around the house, to help my friend do this, whatever. That I would just sit on the couch, and what would happen? That resorted to mindless scrolling through my phone, watching TV, and shoving food down my face. My activity level was this big, and then my eating window there was no window. I just eat all day long. And so I thought, man, this is great. And so what happened was I didn't have any energy left for even the next day. And then what I would tell myself to make myself feel better was like, hey, I worked so hard in the gym. I was in zone 4 the entire time. I deserve to eat like this. I deserve to rest. I deserve to, man. And I went down this loop and I looked the worst I've ever looked when I had that mentality, and I worked harder than I've ever worked. Now, flip that on its head. Now, I take the approach of leaving exercise and working out of movement. That's just icing on the cake. So for instance, now I work smarter, I don't work harder. The days of me working myself out are gone. If I'm in the middle of a workout and it's a beautiful workout, and then I'm like, oh wow, halfway through it, if I feel like I'm exhausted or I'm not gonna have any energy left for the next day, and I feel like this is gonna be bad, I stop. I don't have to prove anything to myself. What am I really proving to myself? That I can push through pain? Okay, cool, great. You should not be pushing past pain unless obviously your body's your career. For instance, if you're a bodybuilder, if you're a professional athlete and you're required to do this, yeah, by all means, that's fine. But a regular person like me, like you and I, that have full-time jobs, that have other responsibilities, our physical, our movement is what we do in our life and how we take care of people. That's our main movement, is that. So for instance, now I'll walk you through what I do. You don't have to do exactly, and I'm just giving you what I do. Is I wake up in the morning, I drink water, hydrate, all that fancy, all that jazz. Then I go off for a 15-20 minute walk, either on the treadmill or outside. I go for a 15-20 minute walk. I come back home, shower up, I go off to work. An hour goes by, I get up and I'll walk again, another 15-20 minutes around the building, outside, whatever it is. I just walk, I'll stretch. I also have a pull-up bar outside of my office on the door frame. I have a pull-up bar here at my house. I also got rings. I also got kettlebells laying around my garage. And sometimes there's days where I'm like in the office and I'm like, hey, every time I go in my office or I come out, I have to do a set of 5 pull-ups. So I'm moving throughout the day. So before lunch, I'm like, I have maybe 2 hours of just pure movement. That's just before lunch. And then I come home, I have so much energy that I'm able to play with my kids. Movement is more than just working out. I'm able to do other things. I'm able to play with my kids. I'm able to help my wife around the house. I can help my mom with Christmas lights. I can help a buddy move. I can walk the dog, and I'm enjoying doing all these things because I'm not mentally fatigued from my workout. You see, workouts, your training should give you energy. It's not supposed to rip energy from you. It's supposed to give you energy. Why are we working out in the first place? It's to give us more energy. So I eat dinner, then I end the day immediately, or it could be immediately after dinner or before I go to bed. I go for another walk with my wife. And this is a good time that we have to reconnect and talk about our day. You see what I'm saying? I'm living with purpose. My movement is contributing to my purpose in life. My purpose in life doesn't revolve around my workouts. My workout translates to my purpose. That's what I'm talking about. And at 47 years old, I am in decent shape and I move my body pretty well for my age. So movement, there is no window when it comes to movement. Just like I said before, with your nutrition or diet or food, however you want to call it, there should be a window. Your movement should be like the air throughout the day. It should just be constantly flowing. And the more you do it, the better you'll get at it. And then you'll see in a couple of months, this is more of a long-term health. This is more of a long-term health advice. This is not like a gimmick, a shortcut. I don't believe in shortcuts. This is a lifestyle. You will start to notice that without even realizing it, without even paying attention, when you live this way, without even realizing it, you will get the body you want if that is what you are really after. But it's much more than just getting a six-pack. It's much more than getting ripped. It's about living your life with purpose and intention. Everything else is just icing on the cake. That's all I have. I hope that this video was helpful. If so, again, please hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Again, God is good.